Hi guys, welcome back to another exciting video. My name is Ogechi. If your first time here, hello. Do well to click on the red subscribe button, like this video, drop a comment on what you think about this video, and turn on the post notification bell, and also share this video too. You guys, we're hitting 2,000 soon and I'm super excited about it. Today's video is from Sky News Australia. It's titled "Nigerian Public Did Not See the Point of Prince Harry and Meghan Markel's trip." I mean, it is not news. It's not a new thing that people are not seeing the point of their tour. Like, why are they visiting? Why did they visit? What is the point of their visit? Nigerian public did not see the reason why they are visiting. So I would love to see this with you guys. So let's dive straight into the video.
Joining me now is writer and broadcaster Esther Kraku. Esther, we have spoken at length about Harry's visit to the UK. Turns out he wasn't quite as maligned by his family to the extent that he made out.
Yeah, so we know that when Prince Harry came to the UK, it was actually his team that briefed the press about the fact that he wasn't able to see the king. And in his sort of announcement, he alluded to the fact that the king's diary was too busy to make room for him and that he hopes to see him next time. Now, we know that that's not entirely true because reports have come out that the king actually did offer Harry the opportunity to stay at a royal residence instead of staying at a hotel, which would, of course, come with security, not the automatic armed security that the prince has been hoping to get, but a certain degree of security. Now, we know that Prince Harry has insisted on staying in hotels when he comes to the UK because he believes he can move in and out anonymously and that it allows for sort of better levels of protection. But it does beg the question as to why he chose to refuse staying at a royal residence. If he stayed at St. James's Palace, for example, he would have been right next to Clarence house and he would have been able to see the king, even if briefly. But the fact that he chose to stay at a hotel and then brief the press is kind of indicative that he's trying to make a point. We know that he's still engaged in his battle with the High Court over, the Home Office, over his refusal, them refusing him access to automatic armed security. And that's the reason why he and his wife mainly and his children haven't come to the UK at all, really. And we also know that when Harry has applied for armed security and given notice of him coming to the UK, it's been refused, mainly on the grounds that they don't think it's important enough or that, his presence in the UK would pose a high enough risk for him to merit that. So unfortunately, he's had to rely on private security like many other celebrities here in the UK, but we know that's the sticking point for him. So what I suspect is he was trying to make a point with his father by saying that actually I will stay at a hotel because the security is not good enough for me. I think he's trying to make a point that he believes that he should only be able to be in the UK in the way that he wants when he gets the kind of armed security that he wants. He also believes that the fact that there's a kind of royal representative on RAVEC, the committee responsible for armed security for the royal family, he believes that actually if the royal family wanted it to happen and wanted him to have access to armed security, they could let it happen or they could make it happen. But I don't think he's understanding the amount of power that members of the royal family have. The Queen herself, the late Queen, said that she wanted Harry and Meghan to be entitled to automatic security, but unfortunately that's not even a decision up to the Queen. So I think Harry's anger is a bit misplaced, but it does show a different side of the coin because we know that there was no briefing from the royal household. It was all from Prince Harry's team, and that again brings up the issue of trust because he's clearly trying to put out a narrative and say that actually the king couldn't fit me into his busy schedule, but actually the king is also undergoing cancer treatment, and if he did offer a royal residence, a proper royal residence, I'm assuming somewhere close to Clarence house, that is a sign that the king is trying to reach out. And for Harry to brief the press and say actually it was the king who couldn't make time for me, instead of him saying he refused to stay at a royal residence, does paint a different picture. And it's probably going to show why relations with the royal family are not going to warm up anytime soon. It's Harry's way or the highway.
And the fallout from the not royal tour of Nigeria also continues. Commentators have been pretty scathing this week, haven't they?
Yeah, so the reaction. Why do you guys think that Prince Harry rejected the invitation by the king, to, stay at the royal residence? Do you guys think that he had a genuine reason? Do you guys think that I would love to know in the comment section. Honestly speaking, I'd love to know what was going on through his head. What do you guys think could be the reason why he rejected the offer by the king? You know, even with everything that's going on, and he's been offered, space at the residence. What do you guys think about this?
So the reaction has been quite mixed. So there have been people that did go to Nigeria to see out the royal tour, and they said, the people around the Sussexes were quite, happy with them, and they were quite excited. But the mood from the general public was, why is this happening? Why is the Nigerian military spending all this money? Nigeria is not a particularly very well developed country. There's a lot of poverty in the country, so they didn't really see the kind of point of this, especially because they're not representing the United Kingdom. They're just there on sort of a private tour for their charity. But it's been quite mixed, I would say. I mean, this is probably as good as it gets for the Sussexes. The question is, what next? They can't keep going back to Nigeria. There have been rumors that they have their sights set on Ghana, which is my home country. But again, they might get a different reception because Ghana doesn't send delegates for the Invictus Games. So the question is, what excuse would they use to do these kind of quasi-royal tours? You can't always hark back to Meghan's 43% Nigerian heritage. I mean, if she goes to Azerbaijan, is she going to feel at home there too? So the question is, how are they going to facilitate these sort of semi-royal tours, or is it just going to be the one-off kind of press bonanza that they seem to be going down? Maybe they'll be trying to push any kind of new media content that they come out with. But again, the markets that seem to warm up to them, particularly Sub-Saharan Africa and potentially East Asia, they probably wouldn't be that keen or really care if they do any sort of media stuff, because all the kind of media gold is gone. They've said everything they wanted to say about the royal family. Anything to do with their farming and their chicken coops on Montecito probably won't drum up as much hype or interest as they think.
But that begs a broader question, doesn't it, about how are these decisions made by the Sussexes? Who's driving these various initiatives and the way that they do them? The suggestion is that Harry's a bit of a passenger here. Is that fair to say?
Well, one thing we do know is that the decisions are clearly made in-house. There's a certain lack of finesse that you can see is just being made by people that don't have the benefit of the royal firm and all the kind of expertise that goes with it. You can definitely see a heavy hand by Meghan in a lot of the decisions that they make. I mean, when she was part of the royal family as an active working member of the royal family, one of the things that was clear that she did get in terms of what she wanted was the tour of South Africa. It's something that she pushed for. And you can see that in a lot of the kind of the way that their engagements are done, she's really kind of at the forefront. You see Harry sort of melting into the background when she was in Nigeria, and she was, co-hosting that Women in Leadership conference and talking about her Nigerian heritage. It was very much Meghan center stage, and you can understand why. She's an actress. She's had a lot of time being around sort of celebrities and kind of polishing her media persona. Harry's just kind of in the run-of-the-mill, very average English guy that's been trotted along because he's the son of the now king. So that's the perception that many people are having of the couple. Now the question is, how much of that is also kind of in the natural dynamic of their marriage? So does Meghan lead as much on the public end as she does on the private end? People are questioning that. She is obviously a headstrong woman. She seems very confident. She knows what she wants. But you can't have two leaders or two pilots flying a plane.
Exactly. I think the question should be, what do you guys think about? Do you think it's healthy enough? What do you think about the space of their marriage, like in their home? Now, this is work and tour and all of the. Do you guys think that she's using this same, she's doing the same thing in her marriage? Like, how healthy is this in her marriage? Is she the one leading in her marriage? Do you get what I mean? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, because we can actually see that this actually makes a lot of sense, right? But let's continue this.
A plane, you have to have one pilot and co-pilot. So people are questioning the dynamic of Meghan and Harry's relationship and how that will bode. Obviously, they have tried to curate a particular image for themselves after they've left the royal family. So it's going to be interesting to see how that would affect their own personal life as well and their marriage. They just celebrated their 6th wedding anniversary. It feels like just yesterday they got married on that really beautiful summer day here in England. So questions are being asked about the dynamic of their relationship and who really wears the trousers.
Yeah,
absolutely. Now, we love Tatler here on this show, no lie, but its latest front page has a portrait of Princess Catherine, which has had pretty mixed reviews. It's not for me personally. What's your view?
Who does wear the trousers?
I would have to agree. So because of Princess Catherine's engagement in the sort of early years initiative, I actually thought it was drawn by one of the toddlers or kindergarten children that she's helping to improve their lot in life. I didn't actually know it was painted by an actual artist, a fully grown human being. But it has come under fire because many people say it doesn't look like her. I mean, if it wasn't for the dress that she's very famous for wearing, many people wouldn't actually know that. And following the controversy over the king's most recent portrait, which looks like he was like a bat out of hell, this is a bit underwhelming. Many people are asking if the royal family are just being slighted by these portraits that keep popping up that don't show them in the best light. But that the likeness of that portrait is really quite poor. It really looks like something that a school child would have drawn.
Yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting, that's for sure. Esther Kraku, as always, thank you so much for joining us.
What do you guys think about that portrait? Do you think it was... I think it was poorly drawn, to be honest. Concerning the conversation of who wears the trousers in their marriage, do you think... We all know, obviously, we can see that Meghan is strong-headed, she's confident, she's resilient, she knows what she wants and she goes for it. Now, do you think she's the one that wears the trousers in her marriage? Do you think she's leading in her marriage? Do you think she pushes her husband around? What do you guys think about this? I mean, what do you guys think about this? It's obvious that, people are still questioning their tour to Nigeria. Like, why did they visit? What was it about? Let's know your thoughts and comment in the comment section below. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on post notification bell, and I'll see you in my next episode. Then let's not forget to drop your thoughts and comments, so get this conversation going in the comment section. I'll see you in my next episode. Bye.